Thanks, guys, for joining. My name's Wu. Like Philip said, I was once a student at Cal State Fullerton, and I honestly spent so much time trying to decide what I'm going to call this presentation, and I came up with digital networking for entrepreneurs. But honestly, many of you are probably either one wanting to start your own business, or two, you already have a business and you want to, scale or whatever you want to do with that. And so, like I said was earlier, I really made this presentation for myself 2 years ago when I was in the startup incubator. I was trying my business and I was just trying to make it work. And so in this presentation, I try to put some things in that I wish I knew 2 years ago. So with that said, let's get started. So who is this guy? Who's this guy speaking? My name is Woo Kim. Like I said, I'm a CSUF graduate. I majored in electrical engineering, and I am also a Titan Fast Pitch finalist where they gave me money to start my business. Which thank you guys, I appreciate you. I also, because I won the Fast Pitch, I won my entry into the Startup Incubator, and that's where Philip, along with JJ and Curtis, mentored me. I think you guys mentored me for like 6 months to a year. I can't remember exactly, but that's where they really laid out the foundation of, starting your business and growing your business. And the last thing I'm going to say here is I'm not trying to boast, but rather I got to 5 figure per month in 12 months. And my goal here today is to help you get there faster because I've been there. So I want to just kind of fast track that process for those of you watching this presentation. So with that said, here's our agenda. One, I will show you some context as to how I got here. Number two, tactics, what I wish I knew. Number three, I will show you some of the tools that are must-haves if you want to try to grow your business in this digital age. And lastly, I want to finish out the presentation with a roadmap. I really wish I had this when I first started. I didn't, so I wanted you guys to have it. So with that said, here's the first thing, context, how I got here. It's March 2023. I made my LLC, and I had no idea what the F I was doing, bottom line. And Philip at the time, that's a little Philip right there. And he says to me, "Hey, Woo, why don't you talk to people? Why don't you just go out there, let people know about your product and see what they say, see who bites?" So I was like, okay, I can do that. So what I did is I went to Eventbrite and I looked up mixers, networking events, after our chill or whatever. And I think I must have gone to at least 30 mixers. And I try to book as many of these as possible just to try to gauge people's interest. There are much smarter ways to go about this now, but I wasn't smart enough to do that, so I did this using my time. And I was able to meet with a real estate agent that was at one of the mixers, and he said, "Your product is interesting. Why don't you talk to real estate offices?" So I was like, "Okay, I can do that." So I went to Google Maps. As you can tell, I'm a very sophisticated guy. So I went to Google Maps and I looked up real estate office. And to my surprise, there are a ton of like, S-load of real estate offices just around me. So what I did was every single day, I wrote down the offices that I wanted to visit. Like this is an actual Snapchat that I took in April 2023. Every day I would write down office names and number them, and I would drive to them and just knock on their door, knock knock. Hey, I have this thing. What do you think? I didn't know what I was doing. So and 95% of them told me to F off, and 5% of them, very nice of them, and they said, yeah, that sounds interesting. Why don't you come in for our meeting? So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'd love to be there. So I booked a meeting. I went there and I did a product demo. This is my very first demo that I've ever done. And to my surprise, 17 people signed up. Well, I think Tony signed up for two. So 18 people signed up. So I was like, wow. And on my first day of doing product demo, I was able to close $1,000. And I know that's not a lot, but you can imagine recently graduated college student, a college grad, making $1,000 off your first meeting from the product that you built. Like it was like better than drug, right? Like I was so high on life, I thought I was like the richest guy in the world. Um, and so it worked. At this moment, I realized I now had a working model. So my workday then looked something like this. I would door knock, I would book a meeting, and then I'll pitch my product, and then I'll make money. I did this for about 12 months, and my workday now looks something like this. I don't door knock anymore. I instead got better at booking meetings, so I just like to call them now. And I still do this today. I mean, shit, I was doing this today. And so I will call them, book a meeting, go pitch them my product, and I will make money. And so that's how I got here. So that's a little bit of context there. And so the next thing is what I wish I knew. I wanted to give you some tactics that I wish I knew when I first started out. So I wish that I realized focus is king. Like I didn't know what focus meant. I had no focus. And what I mean by that is this. During the first 12 months of me starting my business, I tried like 10 or 20 things. In-person demos, social media marketing, cold email campaigns, affiliate marketing, Facebook ads, influencer marketing. Guess how many of them worked? One. I tried probably anywhere from like 15 to 20 things, and only one thing worked, and that was the in-person demo. And I didn't understand this back then, but looking back, the only reason why in-person demos worked is because if I had 100% of my focus, 50 of that was going into in-person demos, 10% was going to social media marketing, 5% was going to cold email campaigns. And with 50% of my focus, I was able to get to what I am today. And so my point is, had I gone all in on doing in-person demos, I would have gotten to where I am in literally half the time. And so that's my point. And that's what I really mean by I want to help you get there faster. And I just didn't understand what focus meant. And so what I wish I knew, focus is king. I want to hammer this on. As soon as you find something that works, I need you to go all in on that one thing. And that's because I wasted so much time and money trying to make things work at the same time. And when you do that, none of them will work and other than one. So my advice to people that are watching this is this. If you're not making any money with your new business right now, try 10 things and see which one works. Once you find the one thing that made you money, go all in on that one thing that worked. And only do that for 12 months, and I virtually guarantee you, you will be successful. Just do that one thing that worked and just focus on that and do nothing else. Promise you, it'll work. So that's some things that I wish I knew when I first started out. So let's go over to some must-have tools. So must-have tools, three things in my opinion. Must-haves, business cards, guys. You need a digital business this digital age. Guys, you need a review platform to start building reviews early. I wish I started building reviews 2 years ago. Number three, social media presence. You guys already know we need a social media presence, and I'm going to give you some tactics on why. So, business card. Philip can tell you this, Travis can tell you this, Curtis can tell you this. As a business owner, we all have stacks and stacks of paper business cards that we have collected over the years. And you know what we do with them? We put them in our drawer and we maybe look at them once or twice a year. When you meet somebody, you're at a networking event and you print out a paper business card, and you hand them your business card. This is not going to even make it to their car. 9 times out of 10, they will throw this away before they get out of that event. I promise you. And so instead of handing the business card, oh, I got this screenshot from ChatGPT. When was business card made? Business cards was made in the 1500s. We're literally using a tool that was developed 600 years ago or 500 years ago, something like that. Yeah, it makes no sense. And so the real key point here is we want to have, there are a lot of options out there. There are free ones out there that you can use. Digital business card essentially has all of your contact info, your website, social media, everything that you need about you and about your business in one platform. The only thing that you share, and it's got everything you need. And the real power here is don't give them your paper business card. We want to save our information directly into their phone. So when they need us, they can actually give us a call. So if you remember anything I said, just remember this. If you're not in their phone, you do not exist. And I mean by that. I stand by that. So that's digital business card. Number two is review platform. And this I really wish I started early as soon as I started. So let's dive in. Why review? You need a way to start collecting testimonials ASAP. I don't care if you don't have a business yet. Give away your product for free. Have your mom write your review, whatever. Get reviews as soon as possible. Why? Let me give you an example. Here's an example if you're going to sell some type of product, and I took these screenshots on Amazon. Let's just say you're shopping for a selfie stick. You see two of similar products priced around the same. Which one are you buying? On the top or on the bottom? Top one has 27,000, bottom has 128. I don't know about you, but I'm going to buy the top. Right? Right. Because of number of sheer amount of reviews, it's more credible. I trust that product more immediately. If you have a service-based business, like let's just say you're a real estate agent, here's another example of why reviews are so crucial. So let's just say you're a realtor and your name is Joyce Beckman Realtor. Keep in mind, this is an actual agent. I Googled her name and realtor. The first website is some randomrealtor.com website that every real estate agent has. Second link is LinkedIn, nothing too special there. Third link is some random US phone books website that has nothing to do with real estate. All right. Now, I want you to imagine you're about to buy a home and you're interviewing two agents. First agent looks like this when you Google them. Okay. The second agent interviewing, you Google them and they look something like this. You Google their name, Kathy Samuel Real Estate, and this is what you see. Immediately, you see that she has 35 five-star reviews. She's got her website, and her Zillow says she's got 539 reviews. Now, if you're a home buyer, first-time home buyer, and you're interviewing these two agents, which one are you going to hire? It's pretty obvious. I'm going to hire Kathy. She seems more credible to me. And so reviews play such a crucial role in purchasing, helping decisions based on purchase. And so this is what your Google business profile looks like on the right, the circled one. And this is completely free. You can make that today. And so I highly recommend that you make a Google business profile and start building reviews. Here's how. Super simple. You go to Google and you Google Business Profile. Click the first link. There's one button you can click once you click the link, and it's called Manage Now. You click that button. I know it's rocket science. Click that button, and you can start filling out your business information, like your business name. You can change this information later. If you don't have a name for your business, just make one up, at least have it, and start building reviews. Start collecting reviews to that, and I want to show you just what happens when you put reviews on a steroid. So once you have a dozen or so review, you want to make a video testimonial. And I guarantee you, this video testimonial will be your highest converting copy in terms of like ads, or if you're doing a pitch, whatever you're doing, your video testimonial will get you more clients. And so here's just an example. I'm going to play the first 30 seconds. Here's a video testimonial that I make and that I actually used. I even used it today during my pitch and about my product.
And I presently don't have a business card. And even when you give them a business card, I mean, people give me business cards and I really want to use their service and I can't find it.
Because what LynkMe is, a digital business card. Essentially, I don't have to carry business cards.
Makes the agent being perceived more professional. First impression. It helps building first impression.
They enter their first, last name, their email address, their phone.
All right, I'm going to skip it there, but you get the point there. Once you get a dozen or so reviews, you want to reach out to them and say, hey, I appreciate you for your such kind review. I would love to interview you and get them on Zoom. Screen record your Zoom and clip it. You guys all know CapCut. I'm not sure. You guys are young. And record the video, edit it, and in series of people talking about your product. And I guarantee you that video will serve you so well. It'll bring you so many sales. It has for me. And number three, must-have tools, social media presence. Now, many of you already have social media presence, but probably not on your business. And so here's some tactical tips on how to improve your social media presence. And we're going to be doing that using organic content just by posting on social media. And so here's a little bit of proof. I would never tell you to do something that I wouldn't do myself. This is my personal page. We also have a business page. I'm just trying to tell you that I do this stuff myself. I'm not trying to tell you what to do that I wouldn't do myself. So, in my opinion, secrets to organic content is don't be cute, just do what's working. And here's what I mean. Everybody in this room and this Zoom call has access to at least one social media platform. Let's just say Instagram. In every social media platform, there's a search bar, and I want you to type in your niche. So let's just say you're starting a business, I don't know, you're making a drone for real estate. I'm just giving you an example. And so what we want to do is just type in real estate, okay? Type in real estate or your niche, and then there's a reel section. This is for Instagram. If you're on YouTube, it'll be called Shorts. Click on Reels, and it'll give you gazillions of videos related to the topic of your niche. So I want you to browse through these and look for ones that has more over 1 million views. So as I'm browsing through this, I see this one. It's got 2.1 million views. Let's check it out. That's the whole freaking video, like 4 seconds, 2 million views. Let's break this down. So every video can be broken down into three things: hook, content, and CTA, aka call to action. So let's break that video that we just watched into these three categories. Number one is hook. The hook was don't buy a house in 2024, 3 reasons in caption. Literally just copy this hook. If you're trying to make a video in real estate, just copy this hook. The content is number one, the monthly payment, whatever. You want to replace their content with yours. Okay? Do what's working. Call to action is as simple as DM me or link in my bio or whatever else you want the viewers to do. So if you don't remember anything I said, just do what's working. Review the videos, see what's working, and just copy it. Just change out the content to your own. You can copy the hook. So here are some action steps, summarizes that what we just talked about. Number one is go to your social media of choice, aka, for example, Instagram, and I want you to search your niche and look at reels. Identify ones with over 1 million views, break them down by hooks and content. Rip off and duplicate. That's my favorite saying, R&D, rip off and duplicate. Just do what's working, all right? It'll help a lot with posting content. Okay, so we all covered the context, how I got here, tactics, some things that I wish I knew, and I just shared with you 3 tools that I think are must-haves if you're trying to start a business in this digital age. And I want to finish up this presentation with a roadmap that I wish I had when I first started. So you're probably going to have an idea at first, right, about the business you want to start. Great, you got the first step. The next is research phase. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. Who wants my thing? Actually, who would buy my thing, right? And Philip recommended that I actually go out and talk to people, interview people, and see who would actually buy my thing. Thank you, Philip. Once you find who would actually buy your stuff, what for me was real estate agents, try different things until you make your first dollar across. Once you make your first dollar, do nothing else and only do that one thing for the next 12 months. And I virtually guarantee you, your business will explode. Just do what's working. That's been the theme of this whole presentation. And with that, our presentation comes to an end. I know it was a short one. Thanks for having me. If you have any questions or if you want to connect with me, if you want to ask me, you can just scan that QR code. It'll take me to my business card and you can hit me up. But other than that, thanks for having me.
So Wu, you've been doing this. This is awesome. How has the response been in terms of the realtors? So now, once a contact is in their phone, you know, have you seen more people like you know, calling right away or anything else of that sort? So tell us a little bit more about on the digital cards. all that stuff, how that's working.
Yeah, I'll answer your question in two parts. First is, like I said, simply handing them a paper card, they're gonna throw it away by the time they make it to their car. Don't do this. What we want to do is save your contact into their phone by using a digital card. And another quick thing is using a digital business cards allows you to capture their information back. And I think that's so important because they're not going to give you a call most of the time. You're going to have to be following up with them yourself. You're going to have to be the one that's giving them a call instead of waiting for them to call you. And so using a digital card, we have been testing it in real estate industry. It's been going very well. And in part two of answering your question is, we used to just focus on individual agents, but now we focus on working with corporations. And so instead of selling one card at a time, we would sell 1,000 at a time. And so that's some leverage that you can build as you grow your business. But yeah, does that kind of answer your question?
It does. And I love that, going in the B2B sector, I think that's so crucial to prove out the model in the B2C, see how the response rate is, and then go to B2B. That obviously are getting such more scale at that point.
Yep, absolutely. And I see another question in the chat that asks, are you going to research new markets? What will be your approach and methodology to consider new markets? That's a great question, Curtis. And yes, we are going to research new markets. In fact, we are going to the adjacent markets like lenders, title reps, and we eventually want to get out to the general public like marketers, salespeople. It's a digital business card. Anybody can use it, but I do think it's kind of important, at least in the early stage, to niche down. And so if you sell plumbing, maybe you can niche down to bathrooms only. I don't know. Because chances are, if you're starting a new business, there's another big guy in the industry that can crush you any minute. They have the operational complexity to crush you at any minute. And so, in my opinion, instead of going after the entire pie, pick a small slice of the pie and serve those group of people very, very well. Once you've done that, then you can start going after other markets. And yes, Curtis, we are going to go to other markets like marketers, salespeople, and all that stuff.
I had a quick question about something that you covered earlier regarding your demos. So for me, I'm starting to what I do is business strategy and brand strategy as well. And so I'm wondering for you, like, what did you do to create your demo? And do you have any advice for someone like myself on how I can go about constructing my own demo?
I love that question. And that's something I struggled with a lot myself. And the best demos, that ones that had the highest conversion rate at the end, when I said, can I have your money? And they said yes, is when I use testimonials. Like, here's some people that use here's some people that use my products, that use my products, and this is what it did for them. And so I really believe in show, not tell. What I mean by that is, here are the results of people that have been using my stuff. And like, you don't have to over exaggerate it. Like, it's just what happened. Like, if I can increase your lead flow by 30%, and here are the people that are saying they increase their lead flow by 30%, it's just what's going to happen. And so, what I did in the beginning, when you have no customers, you can't do that, right? So, what I did in the beginning is I actually gave away my cards for free and just to build out testimonials. And I was like, hey, can you just use it and tell me what sucks, what's good about it? And they told me some good things about it. And I used that into my product demo. So I know yours is not like something physical. What I did is, here's my stuff. This is how it works. Here's what I'm going to do for you. And then here are some people that have been using our service, and here's what they have to say about it. And those testimonials from the clients work extremely well. And so if you can, I suggest maybe you can, I don't know, give them a massive discount, like say like 70%, 80%, and just build testimonials first and use that in your pitch. Does that kind of make sense?
It does. Yes. Thank you so much for that. It gives
Of
me
course.
somewhere to start. Thank you.
And I want to talk to you more about your strategy thing. Maybe it'll help me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, hey, like I
Well,
said, if you want to connect with me, my card is right there. Just scan the thing and you'll get my card. And yeah, thanks for having me today, guys.
absolutely. Yeah,
Thanks so much,
absolutely.
Ru.
Thank you so much, Ru.
Thank you.
Really appreciated this conversation and, loved having, hearing the success that you've been having. It's just so amazing. It's a great testimonial for us as well, because, I remember when you were just a student and I said, no, you should do entrepreneurship. And then lo and behold, here we are.
Yeah.
So this has been
I
really,
was going
really
to
honor
be
for
a
us.
successful I was going to be a successful engineer making a lot of money, but Philip was like, "You should do business." And he made me suffer, but I make more money now, so I'm happy. Thank you.
You do. That's always the situation. Entrepreneurship
Yeah.
is a hard road, but once you get going, and it's the best thing ever after that. So it's just wonderful to build a product and then have people use it, and then give you raving reviews, and of course it helps people in their world. So I think that's just wonderful.
Of course. And I'll
All
end
right.
with
Well, if
this.
anybody else,
Yeah, can I just add one more thing, Philip? Is that I think that the biggest thing that I got out of the startup incubator is having coaches and mentors give you perspective that's detached from your emotion. When you're going through the rough path, you're emotional because it's your baby, it's your product. You can't like decide with like a clear mind, like a third person view, but that's when a coach or a mentor can look at you and be like, you're being emotional, do this, XYZ. And quick shout out to Curtis. Curtis has been mentoring me. And if you need a mentor, please get a mentor. You don't have to do this by yourself. A lot of people are out there willing to help you. And so please get a mentor. Curtis, much love. You've been awesome. And Philip, Travis, thank you very much.